Hello, sunshine. Welcome to Be Visible with Veronica, the podcast where bold conversations and soul-aligned strategy help you awaken your most powerful self. I'm your host, Veronica Bond. Get ready to stop dimming your light, own your magic, and finally be so visible you can't be ignored. Let's get visible. Hello, sunshine. Happy New Year. Welcome back to Be Visible with Veronica. Last week's episode with Amber Heinrich really started your path to profits, to purposeful living, and to stepping into your power. Make sure you go back and take a listen. But today, I couldn't think of a better second week of January guest than inviting Andrea Alfaro onto the show. Not only is she an expert trainer, a yoga instructor, somebody who really lives and works in this space since she was about 2 years old. And how would I know? She's my sister. And I'm so blessed and feel so fortunate to be able to have her on today, sharing her wisdom of how, as an entrepreneur, you need your health to live your wealth, live your best life, and show up in your power, empowered with confidence in your business for your clients. Andrea, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying not to cry already before this. Thank you, sister. Happy to be here.
You know what's so great is we have done lots of Facebook Lives in our previous business journeys together.
Yes, we have. I feel like this has come full circle.
I know. We're both a little like, it's hot in here. I need water. I'm having an emotional meltdown. I mean, I was getting really nervous of really sitting here going, wow, look at us.
Yeah. Look at us. You look amazing.
Well, I have a trainer who's helping me, set everything up and make me feel great. So thank you.
Well, it's showing.
Been a couple-year journey for us.
Yes, it has. Well done there.
Well, and one of the things that we were talking about in the gym just last week was how it's so hard sometimes to create that habit.
Yes.
And you and I have done so much personal development. We have worked on ourselves and our businesses for years. But that is still one thing. Until I made a commitment to you and showing up at the gym, knowing I had to get in the car and drive, like literally, you guys, I will text her, I'm awake. And then I'll text her, I'm on my way. Because it had to be a habit for me. I had to find a way to stack, thank you, James Clear, but an idea around a workout. And then when I started traveling so much, you started giving me things I could do in the hotel room, and then on your Instagram talking about how you travel and still work out. And then we started having all these conversations around being an entrepreneur and actually creating a business around something that you have loved since you were little. I want to talk about that.
Okay.
Because you set an example for your kids too.
Yeah.
But what's your first memory of knowing, and you were in a fitness contest, and
yes,
you've done the cheerleading, all the things, but now you work with women.
Yes.
Helping them really discover
themselves internally, externally, giving them more confidence so they can show up better, right? In the rooms, on camera, in front of others.
On stages?
On stages, yes.
So let's talk about when you knew you wanted to create a business around this.
Honestly, I would say there's probably two different points in my life. I always knew I was fascinated with the human physique and power and strength. So I am a 80s baby. I was born in 1978, raised in the 80s. And of course, I was watching bodybuilding competitions. And I loved it. I loved the way they looked. Not necessarily I wanted to look like that, but I knew that took a lot of commitment and a lot of hard work. So just fascinated. I was fascinated with Wonder Woman and her power and her strength. So I knew from at those ages that I needed to be somewhere in that space. So fast forward with life and children and blessed with life transitions. And it was when my daughter, she's 14 now, it was when she was 2, a good friend of mine said, hey, there's Busy Gold. She's a world-renowned fitness instructor, yoga. She was teaching this new modality of yoga. And my friend said, hey, she's in town.
Is that when you did booty yoga?
Yes. And I did like a full week of certifications. Yes. And that's where it all started.
And then I started coming and I'm like, this is yoga? Like we're focused on like the female body parts and all the strengthening of all. It felt very tantric and fun.
Very much. Yeah. Opening up those first and second, third chakras. Yes.
But
absolutely.
I remember watching you, speaking of Wonder Woman, I think that you always knew you were going to be an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Because I remember you having the lemonade stands out front of our house.
I did that,
6, 7, 8, and then watching your daughter do it. In fact, to the point where I said somebody needs to write a book called The Lemonade Stand about women entrepreneurs, and then one happened. But now watching her be in her brilliance and being able to watch mom, and we're raising these strong daughters. My daughter is an independent contractor now. She's an entrepreneur. But watching you talk about how it doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank or how much wealth you create. If you don't have a path that goes along wellness with your path for your professional goals, then your life gets cut short, and success, you don't get to experience the success and the fruits of your labor. And you and I have had many of those conversations.
Correct. Yeah, I see it. I see it daily, and with people, just running both, both flames at the, ends of the flame, and they're burnt out. And as women, we are not supposed to burn out in the businesses that we are building, right? And just like you mentioned, we are supposed to move so we can enjoy them, enjoy the moments, enjoy the successes, enjoy our money that's coming in. But it's the awareness factor. And if we're already aware in your business, you can't build a scalable business in a fragile body. I mean, that's the bottom line.
Okay, that's mic drop. That's a mic drop moment right there. You can't build a scalable business in a fragile body or a fragile mind.
Correct. Right? You have to have that full mind-body connection. That way your stress, you have better stress regulation. You have clearer decision-making. It's not just how you show up. It's everything else that's happening internally as well.
So when you're bringing in women and you're coaching them, whether it's in the gym or in-house or virtually or writing out a plan for them, and I know that you are surrounded by, you network a lot, you're in groups and circles of lots of women who are entrepreneurs. You focus on your Instagram account teaching women how to be proud of their body, whatever body shape it is. It doesn't have to look a certain way. And I love that about your guidance.
Thank you.
Because that is so important in the world we live in right now. They open up a magazine and they think that's how they have to be and look. And then if they don't get there, especially starting the new year, I find myself going, oh gosh, well, there's always next week or there's always tomorrow. But you had some really good tips for me that focused on what I can do when I'm sitting at my desk or whatever I can do when I'm focused too long in a task, because I get very hyper-focused and I could find myself, am I the only entrepreneur out there who finds themselves sitting at their desk 5 and 6 hours at a time, if not more, and then burning the candle, like you said, both ends of the candle at night. And then I go to get out of my chair and every part of my body used to hurt until you said, Veronica, motion is lotion. And you've got to find a way to get your body moving. So do you have a tip for
Well, again,
women?
I think one is just awareness. And I think people can get lost in, okay, well, you might have awareness. But it's also finding just a moment in your day, whatever that moment is for anybody. So whether it's behind your desk, driving in between meetings, waiting for your coffee to brew, just find that moment, make it be that moment and anchor it. And you could start with just breath work. You could start with, if you're standing next to a kitchen counter, you already have a surface. Use it. You can have that prop by using push-ups, countertop push-ups. For you, being at your desk for as long as you are, I definitely suggest a tennis ball. And I know you've got one or so of those lying around in your house. So using your tennis ball for, the mobility for your joints and rolling out because you are stuck at your computer typing all day.
Yeah, I noticed that with my hands. How many of you notice that your hands aren't as flexible as they used to be in your fingers? Like that makes a big difference too. So one of the things that this was pretty powerful. You had shared, so I fill up this big thing of water.
Yes.
And you have me drink it. And as soon as I'm done with it, and I have to go downstairs to get more, you're like, go up and down the stairs 4 times instead of just down to get the water and back up to your office. Like, it's a habit because I have to habit stack.
Yes.
Because I would lose track of time. I go in my office at 8, wait, it's noon.
Totally.
And I know that I'm not at my best in serving my clients the best or serving Veronica the best when I'm not disengaging for a little while. So how do you help your clients find, when you said find the moment, what's a moment? Is it 5 minutes? Is it 15 minutes? I know you've shared, like, what do you share to help that entrepreneur who's listening going, okay, it's the beginning of the new year and I have these goals and it's day 5 of the new year and I stopped my goal yesterday, 2 days ago. Like, how do I get back on the horse or keep that momentum moving forward?
That's a great question. And
too many all at once.
No, but it's basically the same. So what I would suggest is, one, kind of just reel it back a little bit. I hate New Year's resolutions and goals. So I loved listening to the path, Amber's, starting it with the intention. So if you could just lead with the intention. So I mentioned awareness. And time, what that means. It could, whatever that time is for you. So if I'm talking to a client and I'm getting to know their actual time schedule, well, if it's 30 seconds that they have to do some calf raises or 2 minutes while they're brushing their teeth.
30 seconds?
Serious.
30 seconds makes a difference.
30 seconds. You rolling out the tennis ball for 30 seconds. 30 seconds, back to work. Little mindful movements. Small, you've said it, scalable. So if you could do small, mindful movements that stack up, okay. You have movement that's going to equal performance.
So like a morning movement, a midday movement.
Whatever that works for you. Because I know you and my overachiever sister, yes, you're going to want that. Probably 3 or 4 different times stacked upon your day.
You have me do 12 reps, I do 15.
No, like 25.
Okay, well, maybe. But you're also very good at making sure I'm not overextending or stressing a muscle out too.
Correct.
Because that is something
I just want people to move.
I know.
Just
so
move.
Is dancing movement?
Heck, yes. That's like the best form of cardio. You're burning calories. You're bouncing. You're getting your endorphins ready. That's what I do first thing in the morning. I am bouncing. I'm having Dance Party USA.
So what is on your playlist for Dance Party USA?
Oh, edited or non-edited, I don't know.
Let's do that. I don't know. Maybe we'll have more listeners and we tell them about the unedited version.
It's actually some good stuff. I really this past year got back into electronic, just really good beats. Something that's going to get my cells literally going internally. And if that's going, especially if I don't want to get my own workout in, or, it's like I got to get it. I got to feel it in my soul and my fiber for me. So
when you were talking about Wonder Woman, I have a very distinct visual of you in your Wonder Woman underoos, standing at the top of the stairs, doing this little pose, and you were like body, like holding your arms. If you guys could watch this on YouTube, you'd love it. And being and this long curly hair, and I remember thinking, she is going to be in the fitness world someday. Or she gonna? And back then, I mean, what were we watching on TV? Was it Olivia Newton-John and Let's Get Physical? I mean, it was like Jazzercise, and I have actually met the owner of Jazzercise. She's amazing, and her story is great. But there's so many different places to plug in to fitness. What makes how you help somebody really unique?
Well, I think for me, it would just my background, my foundational background. I was born to move, and I have a solid dance background. Over 10 years, I was an athlete for my whole life, so I have a very big technical form background. And so whatever it is that I'm teaching, showing somebody, even if I'm creating for somebody, I'm very technical. That's because obviously that's a foundation, and I do not want to get it. I've never been hurt with any of my lifting or dancing, anything like that. My athletics, I could say. So I definitely don't want that, and I want people to have that form from the very beginning. So my background really sets the tone, and I also can. That is such a broad background. So
That's true.
Yes.
And you work with all men and women and all body styles. And what I loved about one of the things we talked about in creating a fitness program for me is what can my body do at this age, and then how can we make it stronger? So it wasn't about this is what everybody's doing in the gym, or this was the trend. And I think so in my world, I'm always like, well, I can't give it my all, or I can't hyper focus and go in at 90 minutes or an hour and knock it out at the gym. And I hate going to the gym. You guys, like, put me on a tennis court. Let me go play pickleball. I'll play golf. I will dance with my grandbaby in the kitchen or while I'm cooking dinner. And I didn't realize that all of those things, all those little mini micro movements
stack up,
were so good for me. And so I would just be like, oh, well, I guess I'm just going to be flabby my whole life. But my arms are coming back. I'm stronger.
They are.
And you just have a workout routine for me that even when we're not together, I can do at home that made it work in my lifestyle. And I think that's going into the new year. That's really the message I want everybody to pick up on today is you can make any movement match your lifestyle.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's really we're here talking to women entrepreneurs, but let's just put people in general. Movement is non-negotiable. It really is. It just has to be, again, awareness and that anchor. And again, if it's 30 seconds or a 30-minute drive time, or if you have an hour that you want to do at the gym, whatever that means for you.
Okay, wait, you said drive. How am I supposed to work out in the car when I have a 30-minute drive time?
That is actually one of my favorite places to work out.
Well, then we need to hear this. And if you're driving, listen to this podcast. You can tell us if this works. Don't get too distracted, though. Okay, so.
Well, first, start with the breath. That's a perfect time to be working and being aware of your breath.
Okay, when you say breath, I normally breathe. So what are you talking about? A way to breathe differently?
Yeah, because I don't. I have always held my breath. So it's me being aware of my breathing, deep conscious breathing.
So what's that look like?
It can I like the basic, the 4-4-4.
Okay.
You breathe in, inhale.
So are you breathing through my nose, not my mouth?
No, so our feet would be grounded. So let's say if we're driving and we're pedaling and we're here. So it's breathing in for 4 seconds, holding for 4 seconds, and exhaling for 4 seconds. 4-4-4.
Out of your nose or your mouth?
Out of your nose.
Okay.
So
breathe in for 4, hold it for
4, and exhale for 4.
Exhale out of the nose.
Yes.
But we're not closing our eyes.
But no, because you're driving. So there's that, okay?
Okay.
So
hold. Now, I find myself, you've corrected this, so I'm just going to say because there could be people.
Two different types. You could do it
the
with
way
the
you
breath
breathe,
or through the nose or through the mouth. So
and are we breathing Like, what part of the body are we trying to expand in our breath?
Well, when you're inhaling, of course, you want to make the belly out. You want to protrude the belly. And as you're protruding the belly, our lungs are going to naturally expand.
So we want our diaphragm to our belly being expanded.
Full.
Okay,
You want it full.
So,
and then as you exhale, you are pushing, engaging your core, your belly button.
So is that strengthening then all these places?
Absolutely.
So the breath is doing two things.
Correct. Actually, I would even say 3 because it's stress regulation as well. Help, nervous system, balancing. Yeah, so you can do that while you're driving.
Okay.
I love women, Kegels. Best time to do your Kegels. Getting your
driving.
Yes. And not just like you're holding. You can play a little game like pulse, 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 pulse.
That's where the music comes on.
That's totally when the music comes on.
So you can be kegling to a beat.
Boom, boom, boom. Like I'm totally doing right now. Yeah.
Okay, you guys gotta watch. This is really good. Okay.
So another thing I love.
I can't do it as fast as you just did it. Nope. That's causing all kinds of other issues that happen at 59. We're not talking about those.
But here's something I know you would love, and then we can venture off. But while you're driving, your hip circles, ladies.
I could do hip circles while I'm driving.
Yes, because if you've been sitting all day too.
And I can feel it right now in the chair.
Or even side to sides.
Okay. So and I love listening to music or podcasts, Be Visible with Veronica, and you're just throwing your hips around.
You're dancing.
As you're driving.
Yeah.
And you can do all of that and not be too distracted.
I've been okay so far.
All right. Yeah, I haven't heard you get any tickets or anything. So, okay. So I often will drive for 30 minutes. So this is like amazing. Okay. So what about those who are commuting?
Perfect.
And they're not driving.
Okay. So I love that. Thank you.
Somebody else is driving that.
Right. So commuting. Well, if you're standing, let's say, subway or the bus and you're holding on, definitely use your body resistance. And that's actually squeezing.
Just holding your core.
Holding your core, being aware of your posture. But I love, you could just give your body a quick tense, a squeeze.
Okay.
Like you're squeezing and then you're relaxing. You're squeezing, so you're engaging.
The whole part, all the body.
Correct. So there's that. Okay. It's also if you're in the back seat or, like you said, a passenger, heel raises. Definitely. Mobility.
Now we're sitting at a desk.
Sitting at a desk.
Okay, and we're on a Zoom call.
Okay, perfect. Well, first of all, your core should always be engaged there. So you're already getting a workout there.
Okay.
Okay, so
you shouldn't be slouching back on a Zoom call. You need to be sitting forward.
Sitting up, or even just like I'm sitting back right now, but I'm still engaged. My spine is completely connected to the chair.
Okay.
So Zoom call, especially if you're not using your hands.
Okay.
You could be where you're at, rolling out your wrists, right? This is another good one with your heel raises.
Would you have little weights?
If that works for you, yes.
So 2 pounds or what, 3 pounds? Like a little hand. Are there wrist weights you can do?
There are wrist weights, even ankle weights. So that's something good too if you're sitting, actually. And you could just little leg lifts, simple little leg lifts, right? Knee ups.
Okay.
Right?
Those are easy to do at the desk. And I can see so now I'm focused and I'm on my computer and AI and I are playing and we're brainstorming and we're having fun. And it's okay to just take a break then. I don't have to be worried about always engaging my body. Do you suggest 90-minute timers to remind yourself to go do the next thing? How do you break a cycle?
Yes and no. Because I think some people are really good with the timer and can actually say, oh gosh, that is my non-negotiable time.
Okay.
Other people will be like, oh, there goes another timer. There's another
off. Okay.
So again, it's just what I teach people is just finding that just simple moment of your day, wherever that's at. So just start being open.
Okay, awareness, back to what you said, awareness.
Of what that little moment of your day is going to be. Just one moment. Let's not worry about 2 or 3 different times a day, just the one moment. So
start with one, because then that's maybe you're less likely to then 10 days into the new year go, okay, well, that resolution didn't happen, or that movement didn't happen, and now I need to play catch up.
You're having grace. It gives yourself grace at the same time. Right. Okay. And then, I truly believe we have every day's a new day. Right? We get to start over. So thankfully so.
Thankfully so. So what is your favorite piece of equipment to have at the house? If somebody needed something at the house, they didn't have time to go, they didn't have a gym membership, maybe right now it's too cold for them to go walking, what is something they can do? Now you've said all these micro movements, but do you have a piece of equipment you think that everybody should have at their home?
Couple sets of dumbbells.
Okay.
And seriously, you guys can find them at like Ross, TJ Maxx. You can Big Five.
Amazon.
And even cheaper
what
though.
about, like,
the band. I was gonna say second guess or my second answer would be the bands.
Okay.
Resistant bands for sure. And actually, you could if you have bungee type stuff to hook things up on cars and things, you already have bands at home. So
I remember
functional fitness
you said nylons, because women are really but they have maybe some old nylons or something that create a resistance.
So, but definitely you don't need a ton. You don't need a full, like if I said dumbbells, you don't need a full set. Just light. Even if guys are listening, light can go a long way. More reps. Less weight, more reps, always.
So as women are aging and they're working more from their home and they're becoming more entrepreneurs, so now they're over 40 and they've got some other things that are going on, hormonal things going on in their body, because that's what I found. I had tendons that were starting to stress out. Do you have a favorite part of a meal that you add, or something that you think women should be adding to their diet that they maybe hadn't focused on? And I know there's trendy things out there, but I know you're very in tuned with what's out there for women to be taking in every day. What do you suggest?
Great question. I'm going to definitely lead with protein. Protein. I know we hear it. It's in our faces. And what type of protein? There's all different types. Whatever that protein works for whoever it is that I'm talking to and what their bodies can digest. But definitely, and through food, okay. if we can't through a food source, but definitely figuring out, and that's something that we work on together, is figuring out what your protein number is, and that's what you try to hit. Because that's going to sustain us, that's giving us more energy, that's going to put you in burn mode, especially when we're peri, post, in menopause, all the things. We're going to want that extra energy, the extra food clarity that it gives us, and the strength, obviously, too. And then some form of a collagen, because of your joints and things and the bounce back, and that's going to help a recovery. And from what I have found through the years of trying different things too, I found that a liquid for sure versus a powder, because it's
liquid collagen is better than a powder. Okay.
Yes, because it is more bioavailable, and then that way, and those are big. But start with your protein. Protein's big, ladies, and not be afraid of it. So that's always another question or a Q&A that we could always have later too.
And one of the things I love that you talk about is women who get diagnosed with osteoporosis or early onset losing bone density. You share that that's why we added weights to what I do.
Yes.
Because you have an opportunity. I mean, I've even had an opportunity to build mine back when I thought it was just gone, and get stronger and create a frame that's more foundationally sound. And I've loved that, because I was very strong, young, and then I went years sitting at a desk, like so focused on growing a business and running around, but not focused on myself. And I found my hair falling out. I mean, there was so many other things going on, but just adding some of these small little intentional moments.
Right.
Then after doing that for a while, it put me in the gym with you. And well, of course, we have a lot of fun, and that's so great. But I think that you've shared some really great tips with the entrepreneurs that are listening to this to get to their $1 million game plan, right? And be able to maximize their path and their success.
Absolutely.
What is the best way if somebody wanted to reach out to you and connect and follow you? How do they reach out? How do they find you?
So I do lead with my Instagram, like you've mentioned before. So you can find me on my Instagram, Andrea_Alfaro3, or also my website, Andrea-Alfaro.com.
And then we'll put that in the show notes
too.
So if you have somebody sitting here today going, I hate New Year's resolutions, they probably really resonated with that. What would be one piece of advice you would give somebody listening right now who just knows they have to move, knows they need to create better health plan for themselves, really wants to be mindful in this space? Do you suggest that they write it down? Like, what is a step you've taken a brand new client through that made them go, oh my gosh, you see me, you hear me, Andrea, thank you?
Oh, I love this question. I get really excited to answer this. I tell them, pick a body part, one body part. Just focus on the body part.
And we're doing my arms right now, so I get it. We're like Oscar arms. Yeah. You guys are going to want to know what that is. You got to put it in the comments. What's Oscar arms?
Yeah, so body part. Pick a body part. And we can just reverse engineer that from there.
Oh my gosh, that's brilliant. Well, Andrea, all the guests... Well, first of all, let me just tell you, having this moment with my sister today...
Thank you.
Sharing it with you, sharing you with my audience and everybody who's going to get to see this and appreciate what you've been able to do as an entrepreneur, a single mama raising 3 kids. We didn't even get into that story. That's a story for later.
Sure.
But focusing on health and fitness and that mental aspect of what you've been able to do for yourself, being the big sister, watching you grow and accomplish so much and be such a beautiful model for your young daughter and your 2 boys too, and your nieces and great niece that get to watch you, but also the impact. I watch what you've done for other women and getting them to feel confidence and get on that stage, speaker arms and the whole thing. And just moving has been such a beautiful space for me, and being in that, I get that front row seat with you, and I know I had to earn it. I didn't get it just because I was your older sister, but it's just been a real joy.
Thank you.
And I wish you so much love and happiness in the year of the fire horse and beyond.
Yes.
So fun, and I can't wait to see what you do this next year. You have so many fun things.
I know. We're going to be galloping in the fields together.
Yes, we are. Thank you for being on Be Visible with Veronica. And here's my gift to you, my curated Hello Sunshine box. There's some fun things in there for you.
This is really neat. I'm curious what these look like. Very cool.
Yeah, so thanks for being on the show, and
Thanks,
I can't
Veronica.
wait to have you back.
Will do. I'm excited to be here and excited for next time.
Yes, it's going to be great. So if you want to listen to more of these episodes, please subscribe. So many people have been listening, but you've got to hit that subscribe button and share it with your friends and make sure that others can see this and hear this, because we are only in control of the AI space that we can show up in this crazy world.
Yes.
That we want more people to see this and hear it. And so share it and subscribe, comment if you'd like. And in the show notes, I will put more information on how you can connect with Andrea Alfaro on Instagram or on her website and send her a message. But we also reply to all the comments. And then next week, join us as Dawn Stebbing steps into the studio and shares about creating an impact around style and voice. You will want to hear what she has to say in 2026, but actually how it will help you stay focused in confidence and in style as you step into the new year. Bye for now. Thanks for tuning in to Be Visible with Veronica. If today's episode sparked something in you, share it, tag me, and pass it on. Your presence has power, and the world is better when you let it be seen. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and keep showing up as the unstoppable force you were born to be. I'll see you next time.